Okay, so here we are trying to log into Thinkcentral so that we can give our reading tests, uh, both the weekly tests and the theme tests, and have them broken down into the different categories that we are using this year. So you log in to Thinkcentral, and as you probably know, uh, you can get to the assignments area in many different ways. I clicked on assignments. Here are some assignments that I already have broken down. So you see I gave my Theme 1 Comprehension, Theme 1 Grammar, Theme 1 Spelling, Theme 1 Vocabulary, and I'll show you how I set that up now. So you scroll down to the bottom of the page right here on the right hand side, and you click on Make an Assignment. Select your subject, which is reading. Select your grade. I teach 5th grade. Select your resource, and it's an online assessment. And then click Find. So, since I am looking at the 5th grade resources, here is my weekly lesson skills test 1. So if I want to give my weekly skills test lesson, this has everything in it except for the selection. So I click on Assign. I want to name this. Uh, Maybe I want it to be vocabulary. And then I also put vocabulary here because the students see what's written here. I click on the class, and there's all my students. Click Add, and I can choose the available date and due date and stuff like that. I rarely change that. Put in your password, and I usually use my last name. Here's the interesting part. This is where you can select which portion of the test will be graded on this quiz. So I click on Select Section. Now I named that vocabulary, so I'm going to uncheck everything that is not vocabulary. And I've left vocabulary blank, checked. So I click Save, and I click Save, and it'll ask for a confirmation. Okay. Now I want to go in, and perhaps I want to create my grammar quiz. So I click Assign. I'm going to go through the same process, except I'm going to name it the portion of the test that I'm going to give. There's my students. Click Add. Scroll down. I'm still going to use the same password, and that's just something simple that my students can remember. I clicked on Assign. I uncheck everything except for grammar. I've left that. And save. And then I would go in and focus skill. I type the same thing here. I would click Add. Again, I'm going to use the same password. Clicked on Select Section. I'm leaving focus skill. And there you go. I'm going to click Save again. And then I would go back and I would do narrative forms also. I've got one more that I've got to create. I've got to create narrative forms. So I would go in there and create narrative forms. Now, what about the selection comprehension, where you've read the story together as a class? How do they take that test? Well, on about page 4 for me, if I type in page 4 there and then hit Enter or Return, Selection Comprehension, Lesson 1. That's where I would choose that. And on this one, I just need to set up the section is 1 and 1, 1 of 1. So I don't have to change anything down here under the select sections. And there you go. And then for me, if I go to like page 5, I think it is, I have my theme test there, and I can break those down into the same categories. I can have it broken down into focus skill, vocabulary, comprehension, however I need to break those theme tests down. And it's real simple. The students would see this. If I go here and I log in, I'm going to log in as a student that I know how they log in. Just to show you the screen. Things to do. There's the reading test theme 1 that we've already taken. Here's the test that I've already set up. So, weekly lesson skills, lesson 1. This is where they see what's going on. Focus skill, grammar selection test, vocabulary. That's why I put that in there for them, so that they would know what the test was on. And that's how you make that selection. That's how you set up the different categories. So now whenever the students take the test, you will have, for example, when they click on this grammar quiz, it will automatically score that quiz for you. And you can click on back to the teacher menu. I can click on results and prescription once the student starts to take it, and I can see the grades in alphabetical order for my students for each one of those quizzes. And there you go. Hope you have fun.